Hey guys, welcome back to Godzillathon, and I know I'm just a little depressed. I'm just tired. Work was horrible, and it was hard for me. But today yesterday I finished my semester for class, and finally, it's over. So I got 2 more episodes to go with. So this one and the next one, which come out next week. This is gonna be so next week will be the ending for this one. So yeah, first of all, I do want to say I did see trailer 3 of Godzilla King of the Monsters, but it did heal up my wounds. And when I mean heal up my wounds, it's just that during Good Friday, my grandmother passed away. I'm just feeling so depressed that she passed away that time, and I'm just having a horrible time. I couldn't think of it. Couldn't stop thinking of it. It's just my head hurts. My heart is broken that she's gone. I'm just upset about my grandmother passed away. Think about it. She had so many great 80-something years. That's the point. But anyway, so yes, I did see trailer 3 of Godzilla King of the Monsters. It did heal up my wounds. I thought I was worried it was gonna spoil me more or something like that. But no, it actually got all the clips from the TV spots, and that was so cool. That was just so great. I love that idea. So I love how they actually did that. With that being said, I don't want to keep wasting my time for it. We are now on episode 33 of Godzillathon, and oh man, this is probably going to be the most negative the most negative review in history for Godzillathon. You saw my review of 98. Well, this one might be my most negative one. Of course, we're talking about Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle. Holy shit. Oh my god. No, my god. Yep, City on the Edge of Battle. Or as I like to call it, Godzilla Shitty on the Edge of... Why the fuck did I even turn the goddamn film on? Oh god. The continuation of Planet of the Monsters, the previous review. I have absolutely hatred on this movie. Think about it. The first film, I actually think it was okay. At first, I thought it was boring. This one here was the fucking worst of the trilogy. So as much as you all remember how I complained so bad about God's. So do you all remember my complaint of Son of Godzilla or something like that? Do you all remember how much I hated Godzilla Raids Again? Well, guess what? That's nothing. That's gravy. That's cake when you compared it to this movie. Oh, man. Shitty on the edge of why the fuck did I turn the goddamn film on. That's atrocious. Such a bad movie. And full of lies. And when I say lies, do you remember they first announced Mecha-Godzilla was going to be in this movie? Well, guess what? I would love to tell you what it is, but they fucking lied to us that he was going to be used. So, yeah, I don't want to go through spoilers until I get to the review. So, this is listen, guys, I honestly don't want to do this review. I never want to do the anime trilogy at all. I have absolutely hatred on this trilogy. You have to understand that. So, I have to take notes on this piece of shit, obviously. But with that being said, to finish the series, I gotta do this movie, and then I gotta do The Planet Eater, which we're gonna do it next week. But without further ado, let's get to this piece of shit. So, the movie opens up with the elements after a few minutes after the events of that Godzilla, the real Godzilla rises up and attacks the entire people, where Horora is stopped right there. So, but now a few minutes later, we go back to the big recoded ship. Think of it as a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, but like a satellite shape. So they were asking like the last recording they found out that the real Godzilla was like 200 meters, so which is probably the biggest Godzilla of all. So big or not, this Godzilla is not the best. It's not the best or the toughest. So yeah, whatever. But anyways, so that's what this movie. That's how the movie started, and we get to that opening logo. Yay! All right, with the weird looking music. Oh wait, guys, I actually don't want to. I don't want to forget something. I forgot to mention that. Yes, but like before I start this review, before I continue, I was gonna say something earlier. Yes, I actually heard the two songs that were the two music that's part of the soundtrack of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Holy cow, those were great. Those were good. They were really good. So, I mean, we got the Blue Oyster Cult. I mean, it's just, whatever, stuff like that. But the song Old Rivals, holy cow, that song was awesome. So, yeah, I can't wait to hear it on the big screen. I just can't wait to hear it. So, anyways, we go to that part. So, anyways, let's get back to the film. So that's how this film like opens up and stuff like that, and then we got cut to the open. So after the logo appears, we get to a scene where Harada is like in the same place we saw in the after credit scene, where one of the natives that looks like a native, basically hold on to Harada like when he's like asleep or something. So during Harada woke up, he actually saw like his skin was like there was like a skin glowing like glitter, like orange glitter. He says, "Oh," he woke up and he's like, "Oh, I could move, I could breathe too." Like he's breathing the atmosphere. I mean, he thought like there was no oxygen or anything after landing on Earth or something like that. So it makes perfect sense. So he put on his suit after realizing there was no signal from every other crewmates. He actually saw the native girl, which basically I can't remember the name. She actually found him awake and she was running up. He was like, "Hey, wait!" He starts climbing up from like that house he was in was like in a mountain or something. So it's like a tree house. So yeah, it's like that's kind of like a Star Wars type where it's like, okay, so it's like the Ewoks' home. Like, you know those trees that Ewoks dealt with in Star Wars Return of the Jedi? So, it's exactly similar to what this girl lives in. It was no joke. I actually noticed. I'm sure there was no coincidence to that. So, but anyways, so he starts climbing up. He lost the girl he was trying to chase after, the native girl. Like, it was, yes, and by the way, yes, it was a human being. So he starts to think a lot, saying like, "Ugh, he can't find everyone else," or something like that. So eventually, so during that time, Harada ran into a group of survivors. Basically, Yoku, the two guys that we remember, and Adam Bendewald, and I think Metaphyses was there too. They were taking down the servums from some type of ground hall or something like that. But first, one of the groups actually shot down another native girl, which another native soldier or a womanized like warrior. So then a pack of servums attack and stuff like that. Eventually, they just killed all of them. So during that time, once Harada reunites with these characters, even Yoku and Metaphyses, all the natives took these characters and supposedly like I don't know, some sort of a cave, like a temple. Yeah, basically I was gonna tell you, like, when I first saw the trailers, I was thinking like, oh, these girls are actually twins, like it's a Mothra reference or stuff like that. So I first thought like it's supposedly be Mothra's people, like usually this is the like the enemy's version of Mothra. It was a real crazy thing. So, but besides, guys, I was gonna say I lied about the Mephisis was with them. When they actually reached to the caves, I was gonna tell you there was no Mephisis. I was mistaken, by the way. But Hororo find the rest of his crew in the caves, and he asked, "Is Mephisis there?" They were like, "No, we couldn't find. There was no sign of him or something." So, but listen, he's already alive. Don't worry. Well, I don't know if you should worry about him in the next movie, but anyway, so when they reached the caves, they actually encountered a few more natives. The two girls we saw are twins. Yeah, it's basically like the twin fairies of Mothra. They talked about, so when they touched the walls, which has a interesting symbol, like they speak like if they were Mothra fairies, which is really, really cool. But they said about the passing crow of, or something like that, and they asked, "Why did you bring the ring of fire?" or something like that. A bunch of natives asked questions. Hororo replied, "We weren't trying to harm you. We came here to destroy Godzilla." A bunch of people and a bunch of those natives, including the twin girls, are shocked to hear this moment. That they're like, "Do you really think you could stop him?" So the god who fought Godzilla was defeated and only left an egg, presumably a Mothra egg, which they said it's a baby chick that's inside there, but no, that's basically they're talking about Mothra's egg. So so they were like, there's a god that's named Hotoa, the Hotoa twins. That's what they're called, the twin girls. So they responded like, you can't do anything to stop this moment because Godzilla is really powerful. And so Hororo was against this law that he wants to destroy him, and they kind of denied. They were thinking like, whatever. So basically, I don't know how to experience with this, but it's just, I'm not exaggerating with this movie how much I couldn't bear for this. Like, there's so many boring moments in this movie that I just can't deal with. I just couldn't. So let's fast forward for a moment. So basically we had to going outside somewhere with the, by the way, did I ever mention the servums attack earlier or something like that? Well, basically I got it all mixed up. It was on here. So basically, before that, we met the twins. Their names are Miana, who the one I told you that saved Hororo, like that's her, and Mayana is her twin, who is full of elegant and stuff. Well, I don't know. So Yoku was kind of jealous of the, I don't know, but then she head to a fog area where there are a bunch of little snake type creatures like servums or something. So, of course, she already killed, like, a bunch of them helped her out with all that, getting rid of that shit. A bunch of servums that we saw in the previous film came back, and they were destroyed by another group of soldiers that were with Hororo before Godzilla destroyed them. So, guess who led the group? That's right, it's fucking Metaphys. Yeah, I always keep getting that name mixed or something. Metaphys actually saved Hororo's life. So fast forward a bit more. Hororo went to the movie sometimes cuts short to like the mothership and back on Earth and stuff like that. And then after the mothership scene, we head to a speech. Well, we get to a speech where Hororo something to deal with with humanity and stuff. I really honestly don't care about this movie. It's like, I don't even care how much the plot goes with this film because I just can't deal with this boring plot point. So, anyways, Hororo and the others went back to the cave where all the natives and Miana and her twin have. Um, so there was like an exit outside the cave, another exit. A bunch of servants attack and stuff. So, but Hororo and the others kill them all. For some reason, there was like, I forgot to mention the arrows that these natives have, like the twins have. It's basically like there's poisons on the arrows for, well, they have bow and arrows, but the point part is like made of metal. It's so silvery, and she says like, no, poison or whatever. So after killing those servums, when they land on the ground, their skin were inflected, like turned into non-metal. So, and they found, guess what they found? A big city. So the two guys, the twins, I believe their names are, I don't even know how to pronounce their names. Rilu Elu Beilu B. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. So guys like, so the two guys like those, like the one I said, remember that city because they created this city using Mechagodzilla something, and they call it Mecha-Godzilla-City. You know, this is basically such a pointless thing of what I'm seeing or what is going on or something, and that's why people like me bitched and complained about that. Why the fuck would they use this city as the one to destroy Godzilla instead of using the actual Mechagodzilla on here? So yeah, moving on. So basically, they went inside the city. All our main characters, they went into the big, like, main room chamber where we see Mechagodzilla's body on the ground, basically completely destroyed. So yeah, I was gonna tell you what was the point of bringing him. So basically, they have a large scale of using the city to destroy Godzilla. So even though we did see Godzilla a little bit, but only like we only see him sleeping right there, like just for a few seconds. So fast forward a little bit, the people of those native people from, I believe, how do I, God, I keep forgetting Hotua, like, I can't even say it right, with like those natives, including those twin girls, said like it's too impossible for human sake to stop Godzilla. Even what happened to back then, that their god was destroyed and there's only an egg left. So Yuku starts. So back in the city, Yoku starts flying one of the vultures machines. Like, she's having fun with it. So later on, Horora and Yuku had a conversation. So, by the way Yoku walks is so awkward because her breast starts moving up and down and stuff. I mean, that is really, really awkward. So I know a lot of people hate that, but yeah, whatever. So after that, Horora actually went to a small cave of privacy with Metaphys, like having a conversation of why he does feel angered about Godzilla, and he thinks that he fears him. So Horora's like, I just want to stop him. So basically, Horora, like, he always hates Godzilla, but Mephi said like the world has been conquered by monsters and stuff like that. Horora asked, was there monsters like that destroyed your planet? So Mephi is like, yes, but I know he's lying. So Horora actually wanted to know what is it, and so Mephi is like, doesn't even want to tell him the name and doesn't want it to be told in public, or not just public, but anyone else. He wants to keep this a secret because he knows about this monster. So he whispered to his ear of who is the monster. We don't even know. So we didn't get to hear what he said to him when he whispered. when Manifest whispered to Hodora like who it is until like way later at the very end after the after credits scene, which we're gonna get to soon. So talk about demising and all, but we'll get to that soon. So he knows that that monster is more powerful than Godzilla Earth. So shocking. So anyways, Hodora walks with Yoku about. So I don't know what conversation they have. So, like I said, Yoku walking with those breasts is just it gets disturbing when people just look at it. I mean, this movie is this movie is not like for any Godzilla fans. This is for like adults and anime worshippers. So yeah, Godzilla fans are just not impressed with the whole thing and like what this movie had or any of the trilogy. So Yoku Yoku and Hodor were having a conversation like somewhere of a bridge outside, and Yoku kissed Hodoro. So wow, shockingly the twins were watching. So one of them was Miyano was pretty jealous about this, but maybe, I don't know. So anyways, so with Mecha-Godzilla-City up and operational, the nano metal is underlies to begin constructing armaments or whatever it's called for defenses to attack, like they're able to be ready. I guess maybe I don't fucking know. To attack and encounter Godzilla Earth. Additionally, a new weapon, an EMP harpoon, is developed, which is familiar to in design to the EMP probe. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting, but fucking stupid. Yeah, pretty stupid. But anyways, so the plan to take down Godzilla is explained, being fundamentally like whatever it is, just like they used with the previous Godzilla Jr., which I'm just gonna call it Godzilla Filius or Godzilla Jr. Infilius or whatever shit, I don't know. So that they're gonna use to attack him. So one of the characters, like a soldier, actually turned into nano-metal, which I think that kills him. It was pretty shocking to a lot of characters. I don't know. Fuck it. So yeah, that was a problem and stuff like that, which we're gonna get to it soon. So basically, they are getting ready for battle after Godzilla was awakened. So a bunch of vultures, specifically Harora, Yoku, and sorry, that was one of my dogs. So basically, they were all like getting ready to fight. So, and I forgot, I think it was Belabu actually helped out with these two. So Galagu was like on the center where in Mechagodzilla's room. So these three are in vultures firing at Godzilla, trying to lure him into a trap. So they thought they fire so many weapons. It's a really long shooting fight and stuff like that, but it wasn't that interesting. There were no monster fightings. How disappointing that was. So a few last-ditched effort plans are putting motion into stop Godzilla, but are thwarted by the sheer heat given off by the monster. So after all that fight, Galagu emerges himself into nanometal, much to everyone, so he could lure it for Harora and Yoku to join them. But Belabu was like, please do it. So Yoku couldn't resist on opening the hatch. Oh, by the way, after firing so much weapons, you could see Godzilla's dorsal spines actually like been destroyed and stuff like that. But so that's why I was going to tell you after they lured Godzilla to a trap. So Yoku couldn't resist but opened the hatch. So when they almost turned to non-metal, and Yoku was dying that time, and Hororo saved her life for that, and so Memphis was talking to Hororo on the communicatives, saying like, destroy that city with non-metal could kill you instantly. So he did it for some weird reason. So after that, Galagu was destroyed during the explosion. Belabu actually was pissed, and he got into himself for his own demise. After that, Horora is basically like after all that shit, Godzilla had gotten his powers back, and we get into seeing Scarlett Godzilla. That was basically the only good thing I could say about this movie is Scarlett Godzilla. He looks pretty cool. Yeah, the design does work for it works with Scarlett Godzilla. It doesn't work as standard normal Godzilla. I mean, Scarlett Godzilla is pretty cool. So after Mecha-Godzilla-City was destroyed alongside the body of Mecha-Godzilla, what was even the point? Horora landed on on a mountain with like two vultures. One of them with Yoku. He sees Yoku's body, that she starts to shed a blood of tear from her eye, and Horora was so pissed. He screamed, and then after that, it cuts to black. Like, it just ended already. That was one of the worst endings ever. That sucks. It sucks. Oh, and by the way, there was an after credit scene. Yes, we cut. So basically, it's Metaphys, like his words, his narrations, what we heard from the past two films of him and Horora like having a conversation, stuff like that. So it's like a rewind, but with a interesting logo of the Golden Demise. So we remember the scene where I said he whispered to his ear and we didn't get to hear it. So they're putting it back into what he was trying to say. So he whispered to his ear, Ghidorah. Wowee! That was a great ending. Yay! So I didn't even scream or feel in shock or something like that. I just feel like, oh, that's cool and stuff like that. I mean, because the entire movie was ruined. So yeah, that is basically my review. That was too quick. That was too dumb. Like, I was speeding up so badly because I just want to finish this review so badly. Specifically, this movie was so bad. It was really bad. I hated it so much. I thought like the sequel could do better, because it has Mechagodzilla in it. And after seeing this movie, here's the question we all talked about when we saw Mechagodzilla. After watching this movie, we were all questioning what was even the point. Because it's so bad that they literally took so much of our effort of what we've been waiting for, yet we never get to see it. This is simply the worst out of all Mechagodzilla movies. This is by far the worst out of all of them. So, and look at this. I mean, this movie has so much. I can't stand it, okay? So, what can I say about this movie that has not been said already? For what I heard, this movie bombed in the box office of Japan, meaning this was the lowest grossing Godzilla movie to ever exist since Godzilla vs. Megalon. I know a lot of people say Terror Mechagodzilla was the lowest grossing movie, but now looking at this movie, holy shit, this one sucks. Box office was bad. Everything about this movie was bad. Look at this. The movie is so bad that it literally got so much hatred on the entire, and not just the country, but the entire fan base. I literally can't stand this movie. So I asked myself, who came up with this movie? So I don't care if a lot of people say, oh, it was better than 2014. That's bullshit, by the way. Just because this movie is made by Toho doesn't mean it's better than 2014. Like, it's not. It's not better than 2014. I love 2014, by the way. But this sucks. This movie is absolute garbage. I can't stand this. The characters, again, I hate these characters. I hate them all, except for Metaphys. He's the only character I can relate to. Any other characters, like Hodora, I just don't like him. I thought he was, like I said in the previous review, he is one of the worst protagonists in the Godzilla franchise. I can't stand him. So, these characters are so bad. Like, the setting was pretty bad. Like, a lot of this was pretty bad. I just can't deal with this right now. And right now, let's talk about the goddamn monsters. First of all, let's all of us get praised. Let's hold our hands together and let's talk about Mecha-Godzilla. Oh God, here we go. Holy God. This is ridiculous. How could you screw up one of the most iconic kaijus of all time and make it look like this? That does not look like Mechagodzilla at all. The face looks like shit. It looks like shit. How could you screw that up? Look at this. Look at this thing. It looks like shit. Like, this looks like it came out of a junkyard, like a big blob of fucking trash. How could you do such a thing like this? Why would you do that? I'm so mad about this. I'm just so mad how they designed it. Why do you screw him up? Mechagodzilla is supposed to be one of the most iconic monsters. He's supposed to be, but now we look at this. How? How could you do that? So, but that's not the worst part though. Oh no. Well, first of all, look at this thing. Compare this one to Ready Player One's Mechagodzilla. Can you even tell what the difference is? Even Ready Player One's version looks so tradition to the original Mechagodzilla. Warner Brothers did so well with this Mechagodzilla. It looks so cool. It looks exactly like the 2014 MonsterVerse Godzilla and the Showa with the show characterization, which is very awesome. Speaking of characterization, oh God. This, not only does the design look bad, but worst of all, he is useless. The most useless and the weakest out of all Mechagodzillas. The whole climax of Mechagodzilla-City was okay, but why can't this Mechagodzilla be in action? I am literally upset the way how they did it. I know how much I am complaining right now because this looks like shit. I literally can't stand it. I literally can't deal with this. I really can't. I just hate it so badly. Let's talk about the Big G himself. Now, listen. I already did my whole complaining with Godzilla's design and the characterization. He was so fatter than... He's much fatter than 2014 and GMK. So, but I'm going to give this guy one positive note compared to the previous film. Scarlett Godzilla is very cool, okay? I like Scarlett Godzilla. He looks pretty cool, alright? So, now you can hear my positives. That's very nice, how I'm making my positive note on here. But that is not saying much, because, okay, listen, I like Scarlett Godzilla. I think he looks so cool. I think he's pretty cool. So, that's pretty much I could say about him. So, yeah, Scarlett Godzilla's cool. I don't care about any others, so who gives a shit? So, basically, you're hearing my most negative review of all time. Whoa, I don't know how bad it is compared to 98. You saw my most negative review on 98 and Rage Again. To be honest, this movie is so bad. Like, I hate it. I fucking hate it. This has gone so far into going my top 5 least favorite Godzilla movies by all meaning. Like, you guys Do you all remember how much I complained about Godzilla Raids Again? How bad that movie is? Well, guess what? That's nothing. That's gravy. I said it. That's cake when you compare to this shit. So I would definitely watch Godzilla Raids Again over this fucking piece of shit. It is so bad. I literally want to shit all over this movie. I hate it. So my rating for this movie, I'm giving this piece of shit a 3 out of 10. How fucking atrocious could you be with this movie? It's so bad. No, I'm sorry. 2.5 out of 10. That's my rating for this movie because it's so fucking trash. I hate it. This has gone so far of being part of my least favorite. I literally hate this movie. I hate it. So, if you guys are really offended, okay, if there's any of you out there, look, any of you guys out there who really love this movie and who are watching this, here's what I'm gonna, the only thing I can tell you all is, I pity you. I genuinely do pity you all. But this is coming from a Godzilla fan who is really upset of what they've done with Mechagodzilla or anything with the franchise. How could they do this? I just can't. Out of all the things we've seen for the past, for our 60th anniversary in this decade for Godzilla, this is by far the worst thing that's ever happened. By far. So first we have 2014 that celebrated greatly, the PlayStation 4 Godzilla Versus that I've been defending. The first film Shin Godzilla, that came out, that I reviewed earlier. The movie I reviewed back, the previous film I reviewed, and so as bad as that was, this one here is by far even worse, and the worst part that ever happened in this decade. And I know a lot of people are really upset. I know you guys are so upset of my review, and I'm sorry, okay? I'm very sorry about this. So, I know. I'm so sorry about this, but with all being said, that was the end. This is probably the end of this review right here. So next up is basically the finale of Godzillathon. So that is pretty much it with this review. I'm literally happy that I finished this review because I don't want to see this again ever. So yes, like I said, 2.5 out of 10. Such a bad movie. I do not recommend this to people who are not Godzilla fans. Ever. Just like what I said about the previous one. Don't ever show this to people who are not Godzilla fans at all. So, with that being said, this is SB Goji Fan signing off. Good fucking bye!